Epic transformations are a dime a dozen trope in anime, together with the likes of shonen, isekais, and dense harem protagonists. They're often accompanied by flashy visual effects, dramatic music, and powerful voice acting. These transformations are so compelling because they show the character's growth, potential, and determination. So without further ado, let's talk about the top 10 transformations in anime released from 2020 to 2023. Now, if we're talking about transformations, we can't avoid talking about Boruto. You might be turned off right away because of the mere mention of this, but I guarantee you this transformation is one of the decent, if not best, moments in the anime so far. Baryon mode works in a similar way to nuclear fusion, wherein Naruto and Kurama's chakra is consumed to create power, a large amount of increase that even Ishiki and Sasuke are on edge. Baryon mode is one of the most impressive and creative transformations in Naruto's history. It shows how far Naruto and Kurama have come as partners and friends, and how much they're willing to sacrifice for each other and for the world. Baryon mode is a testament to Naruto's bond with Kurama, as well as a testament to how much his personality has rubbed off on the nine-tailed beast. All in all, it's a great showcase of a last resort type of transformation, and a fitting send-off to one of the main characters of the franchise that's been with us since the start. Before we continue, imagine this. You've just been isekai'd into another world and you have to build your own team of heroes to defeat the Demon King. And what better way to learn all of that while having fun with Raid Shadow Legends, the sponsor of today's video. You can collect hundreds of champions, play both PvE and PvP, and best of all, you're gonna have a ton of fun. But wait, there's more. The Hydra clan boss is here and ready to fight you with its 6 heads, and these are the scariest ones. First up, we have the Suffering Head, which is basically an Uno reverse card. It has the ability to share the damage it takes with you, which means the more damage you dish out, the more you receive. Next we have the Head of Torment, which is probably one of the worst opponents you could face. When it uses its ability called True Fear, you and your team will skip turns and can't even use your skills. Lastly, there's the Head of Wrath, which looks like the dungeon boss from a fantasy anime. The worst thing about this one is that after you hit it 15 times, it activates a skill known as Vengeance, and its attack power triples until the end of its turn. Hydra Clash is a new clan-based competition where you and 4 other clans see who can smack the Hydra the hardest. There are sweet rewards on offer too, so rally your clanmates and get ready. Use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses. We're talking about an epic champion Drake from the Lizardman faction, and other useful things like energy refills, skill tomes, and XP boosters. Once you're in and crushing your enemies, come find me under the name ViniiTube, and if you're fast enough, you can join my clan. So just hit my link in the description and I'll see you on the battlefield. On from War Crime Slime, we have Mob's Herobrine persona going psycho in Mob Psycho 100. Mob's suppressed alter ego is a manifestation of Mob's repressed psychic power. That's why it's capable of all the feats Mob is capable of, but on a much greater and far more destructive level. For the third and final time, this repressed persona surfaced after Mob was knocked out after being hit by a car on his way to meet Tsubomi. This walking disaster travelled across various cities to find Tsubomi and proclaim Mob's love for her. Simply by walking towards her, he destroyed nearly everything in its path. The various disasters it left in its wake became increasingly devastating, from simply destroying the ground, nearby trees and fences, to obliterating skyscrapers, as well as causing earthquakes and tornadoes. This final transformation is why I personally admire the way the creator of Mob Psycho and One Punch Man, writes his stories and characters. Being able to grow and move past your insecurities by accepting those flaws is honestly inspiring. It's a transformation that in reality all of us will have to go through in our lives. Minus the part where we create tornadoes and earthquakes and stuff like that. With amazing visuals, fight scenes, and character development for the final arc of the final season, this transformation became the catalyst for the perfect ending of a beloved series. The next entry on our list is Asta reaching a new level in his demon form while fighting Dante in Black Clover. The fight between Asta and Dante in Black Clover anime is an intense and epic battle before the series underwent a hiatus. It showcases the clash of two devil hosts who have different levels of control over their powers. The fight starts with Dante easily overpowering Asta and his fellow Black Balls with his gravity magic. He reveals that he can use up to 80% of his devil's power, while Asta can only use a fraction of his anti-magic. Things get worse when Dante impels Gauche with a huge rock, triggering Asta's rage and awakening a new form of his devil power. Asta's arm transforms into a black claw with spikes, and he gains a horn and a wing on his right side. His speed and strength increase dramatically, even creating a swirling black tornado to defend against Dante's attacks. Asta manages to land a blow to Dante's face, with the latter in shock that his rabid opponent even managed to predict his teleportation. The fight is a thrilling display of animation, music and voice acting that throws every shade of black at you. It also interacts with the viewer's curiosity about the power and abilities of the other devil hosts of the Spade Kingdom, the answer of which will be revealed after the beloved series finally returns. History repeats itself yet again with this next entry: Gohan vs Cell in the recent Dragon Ball Super superhero movie. Now, if we're going to have a list of anime transformations, we can't forget the Saiyans and their skill in growing their hair and changing their hair color when they scream. Almost 2 decades ago, Gohan defeated the perfect version of Cell. Now that another Cell's returned, Gohan finally had the opportunity to shine once again and remind viewers of how much of a beast he is in combat. After seeing Piccolo getting brutally beaten by Cell Max, the enraged Gohan transforms into his Beast form. Gohan Beast is an evolved form of Gohan's potential unleashed state, stemming from Gohan's continued awakening since he was a child, and is currently his strongest transformation. In this form, he effortlessly withstood and brutally retaliated against a full power punch from Cell Max with his aura, and was able to completely annihilate his massive energy sphere as well as his core with a special beam cannon, while Orange Piccolo was restricting the giant's movements. The film did Gohan justice by finally allowing him to stand on the same level as his dad with his new transformation. The visuals and sound design of this transformation are superb, most notably the new animation style that gives the characters a more comic-like look. With tons of references to the first fight between Gohan and Cell, longtime fans will surely appreciate this movie and Gohan's new evolution. Reaching the stairway to heaven. Next on our list is Made in Heaven from JoJo. Every new season of JoJo just automatically makes it into lists, partly because I don't want to piss off JoJo fans, but also because every stand evolution is so memorable it turns into memes. One of the most mind-blowing moments in JoJo's bizarre adventure, Stone Ocean, is the first appearance of Made in Heaven, the ultimate stand of Enrico Pucci. Made in Heaven is a stand that can manipulate time and gravity, accelerating the flow of time for everything except its user and those who are close to him. This allows Pucci to achieve the goal of resetting the universe and creating a new world where everyone knows their fate. The first glimpse of Made in Heaven is when Jolin and her allies notice that the sky is changing rapidly and their movements are becoming slower and slower. They realize that Pucci has reached the final stage of his plan and that they have to stop him before it's too late. Now, this scene is filled with tension and suspense as the heroes try to overcome the overwhelming power of Made in Heaven, while Pucci taunts them with his divine vision. The art and animation are stunning, capturing the surreal and chaotic nature of the accelerated time. The music and sound effects are also fitting, creating a scene of urgency and dread. The first appearance of Made in Heaven is a great example of how to make a villain's ultimate move both terrifying and awe-inspiring, and how to set up the final confrontation between good and evil in a bizarre adventure. Giving hell on earth a new meaning. The next spot goes to Yamamoto's Zanka no Tachi in the recent Bleach 1000-Year Blood War.
Bankai, Zanka no Tachi.
Yamamoto's Bankai Zanka no Tachi is one of the most powerful and terrifying abilities in the Bleach universe. It's the ultimate expression of his fire-based Zanpakuto, Ryujin Jaka, which can incinerate anything with its flames. Zanka no Tachi unleashes the full potential of Yamamoto's Ryatsu, creating a blazing aura around him that reaches temperatures of 15 million degrees Celsius, which is the same as the sun's core. This makes him virtually untouchable, as anything that comes close to him will be vaporized instantly. Yamamoto's fight against the fake Yuha is a showcase of his immense strength and skill as he uses his 4 techniques: East, South, West and North. Each one has a different effect, such as creating a blazing sword, summoning an army of undead skeletons, creating a wall of flames and enveloping himself in a cloak of fire. The fake Yuha tries to encounter his own abilities, however he's no match for Yamamoto's overwhelming force and is eventually defeated by his final attack, Zanka no Tachi, North. Yamamoto cuts him in half with a slash that can destroy all creation. The fight is a testament to Yamamoto's loyalty to the Soul Society and his resolve to protect it from any threat.
Zanka no Tachi, Kita. Tenchi Kaijin.
Revving it up in our next entry, we have Denji's first transformation as Chainsaw Man in the anime. One of the most memorable scenes in Chainsaw Man is Denji's first transformation into his hybrid form. Denji, a young boy who inherited his father's debt from the Yakuza, became a devil hunter after fusing with Pochita, the Chainsaw Devil. When he's betrayed, killed and chopped into pieces, Pochita replaces his heart and revives him as a human devil hybrid. Denji then pulls the cord on his chest and unleashes his chainsaw powers, ripping and tearing through the devil and zombies with ease. This scene is both gruesome and exhilarating, as we witness Denji's awakening to his new identity and abilities, along with the brutal fighting style one would expect from a guy with chainsaws for arms and head. Denji's first transformation is also a turning point in his life, for better or worse, as he gains a new purpose and a new quote-unquote ally in Makima, a public safety devil hunter who recruits him for her team. This transformation is the perfect introduction to the world of Chainsaw Man and the weird mind of Tatsuki Fujimoto. Now, an obvious pick for one of our top spots, we have Eren's founding Titan form in the final season of Attack on Titan. Eren, who'd been shot by Gabi, managed to make contact with Zeke and enter the Path, where he met Ymir, the original founder of all Titans. Eren convinced Ymir to follow him and break free from the cycle of oppression and violence that had plagued her and her descendants for 2,000 years. He also gained access to the full power of the founding Titan, which allowed him to control all the Titans and unleash the Rumbling, a cataclysmic event that would wipe out most of humanity outside Paradise Island. Eren's new form as the founding Titan was unlike anything we'd seen before this. He had a massive skeleton that dwarfed even the colossal Titans and a long spine that connected his severed head to his body. His appearance really was terrifying and monstrous, reflecting his ruthlessness and revolutionary mindset. He also had the ability to see the past and future memories of all the attacked Titan inheritors, which gave him a sense of inevitability and destiny. Eren's transformation wasn't only a physical change, but also a psychological one. He'd become a godlike being who was willing to sacrifice everything and everyone for his twisted vision of freedom.
俺はその望みを拒む。壁の巨人はこの島の外にある全ての地表を踏み鳴らす。そこにある命をこの世から駆逐するまで。
And finally, for the number one pick, Gear 5 is Luffy's peak form, and it's based on his Devil Fruit, which is actually a mythical Zoan type. In Gear 5, Luffy transforms into a white-haired warrior that looks like the sun god Nika, a legendary figure who brings freedom and joy to people. In Gear 5, Luffy can bend reality and break the laws of physics. He can also use his previous Gear's abilities, like inflating his muscles or compressing his limbs, but with more power and control. Gear 5 is Luffy's ultimate transformation, and it makes him one of the strongest characters in One Piece. Taking inspiration from rubber hose animation and various cartoon effects, Luffy's rubber powers shine in this Gear 5 form. Overall, the Wano Country arc had been a wild ride, but this takes the cake for the most memorable moment, revealing a new and overpowered form for our protagonist that also cements this anime as a staple in the shonen genre that keeps evolving for over 20 years since 1999. I can't stress just how hyped this is. And those are my favourite transformations from anime released in 2020 to 2023. Are there any more that I've missed? What are your picks for honourable mentions then? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Once again, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Use my link in the description or scan the QR code and get started on your Raid journey now. I'm glad to have had you here, and thank you so much again for watching this video.